Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Griiix, and today I am just gonna make a quick Gunbound M tutorial for those of you who are just new to this game and you guys just want to be as efficient as you can. Then this tutorial will probably help you. But if you don't want to be efficient, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. That does not matter to me. But I'll just give you kind of my insight as to what you should do if you do want to spend a lot of money or you don't want to spend a lot of money. So let's get that going so I can actually play some games. Alright guys, welcome to the Gunbound tutorial. Now in this tutorial I'm going to try to make it short and sweet, unlike my old tutorials where they are an hour long, so I know a lot of people don't have the attention span for that. And I'm going to merge the Gunbound tutorial and also the avatar all in one, so it's a one-stop shop video, so you guys don't have to keep on looking for other means for it if you know you guys are lazy about that. So first, starting off, this is obviously the main menu. I'm not gonna go into detail in terms of the user interface. However, I will cover a few things, which is the tanks and also how to build a team and also what to do when you first start off. So first, let's take a look at the tanks and I'll get more into it. Guys, so if you guys are just starting out, I really highly do not recommend you spending all your resources that you can get in the early on stages, because at the very early beginning you get a super high surge of gems, but you don't get that later on, so don't be fooled and do save all your resources. For me, I would like, if you guys are new to Gunbound completely, then it's different. I played Gunbound way back like 15-20 years ago, so I already kind of have an understanding. But if you guys are brand new to this, then honestly, just go to the try this tank tab under the oh god, I don't even remember, the battle training. There you go. Yeah, under this tab, honestly, just pick the tank that speaks to you. Every tank will attract different people. I like specific tanks. What I like is not what you're gonna like. What you like may not be what I like. So instead of asking what is the best tank, I would highly recommend just going with the tank that you find the most attractive, or the play style of it, right? So at first I'm just gonna randomly pick one, and alright, we're gonna go with Chalcedon, right? And so if you like the tractor kind of look or like the machine types, then yeah, go and try that. And once you kind of get a feel for it, then start looking at, okay, well, if I want to get this tank, what should I do next and all that. So first, before you really invest your resources, again, just try this tank and see if you like it, because although a lot of tanks shoot relatively the same, there are also a lot of tanks that don't. So if you get good with one tank, it does not translate that you will get good with every other tank. So again, when you're starting off, just pick your favorite three and just work with that. Now, I am not here to tell you what my favorite is. I'm just here to tell you what you should be doing with your early income, early resources, right? So if you go to the shop tab down here, you're gonna see all these, like, these I guess I don't even want to call it deals. They're not really even deals, so whatever. Obviously the gem, if you want to spend your hard-earned cash for digital currency, then this is where you want to go. Of course, getting the highest value, which is $139 Canadian in the iOS, which is a fucking rip, is probably the best value. But honestly, the best value is doing it through Google. You save a lot more, I'm just saying, speaking from experience. And then now for these four tabs right here, tank, avatar, pet, jewels, I personally would go purchasing your items in that order, which is tanks, avatars, kind of pet and jewels, kind of like whichever one you want. They don't add all that much, but they still do add. So don't be too stressed about the pet and the jewel, but do focus on your tank card and then focus on your avatar card. You kind of don't want to do the other way, because when you first start off, you start off with like 6 C grade tanks, and C grade is, although they kind of work, they really lack in the accuracy department, which is when you're shooting up high angles, and that's what you kind of want to learn at the very beginning. You end up kind of missing, and sometimes it may not even be your fault. When I first when I do start a new account and I use armor and I'm shooting super high and the wind is 4, chances are there is a pretty good chance that I will miss, even though I know how to shoot armor. So I highly recommend getting your A tanks. Now the main question is that I see a lot of people asking is A tanks or S tanks? Well, the clear answer is always the S, but it's not a big factor when it comes to this game. Honestly, you can use A tanks and still win. It's all really dependent on a little bit of luck and mostly skills. This is a very high skill based game. It's not a pay to win, it's more a pay to play. So if you don't want to spend your hard-earned cash, you just want to grind it, get the A tanks and slowly work your way to your S tanks. If you are balling out of control, then yeah, go get your dragon tanks, go get your gold tanks, whichever one it is. Now when it comes to Vega tanks are a little different, where you do get more attack per level, but you gain 0 HP. So with a normal A tank, whether it's the dragon or the army that you're looking at right now, every single level you gain 0.5 attack and 1 HP. However, in the Vega tanks, you gain 0.85 attack and 0 HP. So you're trading off basically an extra, when it all comes down to A versus A, right? The regular versus the Vega, the difference I believe is 7.5% at the max level in terms of damage. But then remember, you are losing about 40 HP, and that is about 10%, less than 10%. That's another 7%. So okay, it kind of evens out. So if you're talking about A versus A tanks, Vega versus whatever A tanks, it's relatively the same. The only big difference is when the gold or the dragon, the S tanks, come into play. Again, if you guys are on a budget and you can afford to spend the money, but you don't want to like kind of waste your money, get your gold tank and just buy skins. Honestly, if you really do like a specific tank in the dragon pack, then sure. I mean, if you want to gamble it, I don't recommend it, but I do that, especially with the dark map when it came out. So I told my partner that I wouldn't spend, so don't let her know this shit, okay guys? Anyways, moving on to the avatar. I made a previous avatar explain video, but I'm just gonna cut it short. What you really want as a beginner is the animal toy set. You could go for the nasty animal set. Now it really depends. If you are a person who likes to pro battle, the animal toy set, it will benefit you more. And if you guys are the type to like want to play with team, and you have a teammate that you want to play with, the nasty animal set will benefit you more in that purpose. So it really depends which one you like to play more, or which game mode. At the end of the day, to be honest, you're gonna end up having both sets anyway, so really kind of decide on whether you want to play 2v2 or a 1v1. Now for me, I personally like to play 2v2, and I don't know. I get an enjoyment out of it, but at the same time I get stressed out because I have to rely on my partner for them to pull their weight. So sometimes I do rage. So if you guys just don't want to be angry at yourself, play Pro Battle and just get good. Honestly. Now in terms of the luxury avatars, what you really want is the God, where is it? Alien avatar, yay. What you really want is the Coroni in this set. Everything else is kind of junk. I mean, the Doctor's kind of good, but you do end up being very weak when there's a Life Stealer avatar, which there are a lot of. So honestly, I would only get the Coroni. If you get the S version Kaka, just discard it and get gears for that card. But yeah, just try to keep like one of each A avatar, and then if you get the S Coroni, that's great. And if you get the S Kaka, well, send it to the graveyard because you don't need him. He is very, very useless. And the other luxury item that you really want will be the Jewel Helmet and the Jewel Hammer. Now with the Jewel Helmet, I would personally get it first. That's just me, because it's very versatile. You can use it in 2v2 as a frontliner or as a drop, or you can play it in Pro Battle as a drop or in your first or second position. Now with the Jewel Hammer, only get it and only put explosion range jewels. Don't put the attack. Save it for your main avatars. Mainly because there are so many other avatars that can offer better attack boost than to just get like, I don't know, 12.8% at max if you get all 4 of the highest level red jewels, which isn't a lot at 12.8%. There are other avatars that can give you that and more. So only get the explosion if you want to play Bungie, which is a playstyle that is actually very, very popular and that I would like to get good at, but I just don't have the patience to learn. So yeah, I mean, I have it, I just don't do it because I suck. Yeah. All right, the last pack that you kind of want if you are a free-to-play player, it would be the victim pack. If you do end up getting the S Sad Frog or the Thread toys, do keep it. They are both good, but the A version just works just as well. If you look at the S versus the A, the difference is maybe 2% attack damage, which yes, it is a big deal, but at the same time you're spending a lot of gems just to get that 2%, where you could be spending your gems on other things like avatars or other avatars, or like your tanks, right? So that's how I see it. The S is actually not that necessary. The A works just fine. Poor Rabbit, Sad Frog would probably be the best two. I kind of like Tread Toys, I kind of don't. I have my pros and cons. I have my issues with it. Oh, by the way, now that I have you here, do watch your ads, guys. And hold on one sec, I'm just gonna quickly skip on. Alright, we're back. You don't have to watch the ads. I do, but whatever. Honestly, watching the ads makes a big difference. 2 gems per day, and I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, at least for me. When I first started, it didn't seem like a lot, but it adds up. If you get all the free gems that you can, and let's say on this account where I don't really play, I get about like maybe 120, 130 gems a month, which is a lot, because if you are a free-to-play player, that just means in 2 months of barely playing, just watching the ads, you can get new sets of tanks. And if you're looking at the A tanks, they're only 250 for the packs that come in 3. So honestly, it takes maybe a little bit more than a month if you play, if you actually like this game and you play a lot. For this account, I really don't play all that much, so I just, skim the bare minimum, but I do watch whenever I'm commuting, because honestly it doesn't take too much time just to like, you know, click it and then forget it. So that's how I kind of get free shit on this. Another thing, oh, I forgot. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot. I just want to let you guys know, all these tanks here that you see, they are subjected to be changed at any time without notification. Meaning, if you get good with one tank, chances are you might feel the nerf wave sometimes, or a buff. I don't know. Sometimes they buff the tank by making it easier to shoot, meaning the calculation in terms of wind to power ratio, or they just make it overly powerful, like Ice Storm. Now, they did nerf it a little bit, thank God. It took them like over 6 months. But like what I mean by that is, for instance, like I really love my boomer. And if you guys don't know, I made several tutorials with boomer. However, even my latest tutorial, it's already out of date because they keep changing it. I can't keep up. The reason why I don't play boomer as much now is because they keep changing it, and it's super hard to be good and consistent with a tank that they just keep shadow altering. I mean, like, it's easy for me to get the rhythm again. I just need to like really focus or spend a day at the training mode just to get everything sorted out. But just to let you guys know, the developers do like to alter things without announcements for most cases. Sometimes they do announce it in the Facebook official Gunbound Facebook page, but I would say 75% of it, they don't announce it. So it's actually very annoying. So if you guys do want to be consistent, don't play boomer or blank or dark knack. There's a lot of tanks, or Phoenix or arrow. Oh god damn it. Alright, so last but not least, you want to build your team appropriately. Now by that I mean ideally you want a balance of 3 different types. There are 4: machine, animal, and shield, and non. Non-type is probably the most beneficial type, but there are only 3 of them, which the Dark Knack is one, a Duca is another, and Dark Round. Now, those 3 may not be your playstyle, which is fine. That doesn't mean that your teams suck. You don't need it, but you do have a small advantage when you are using a non-type for most cases. I personally, without the non-type, let me see, what are my teams setting up? Alright, it looks something like this. It's always an animal, a shield, and a machine. I personally just like that because if another opponent is using the animal toy set, I do not have to endure losing 23 to 28% damage shooting at that tank. I could just use another tank, and while I use my original tank that does not need to shoot against my type, and just work on the other dude. So unless the other dude uses all 3 of the same, like Monko Air, Dinky Talk, or Foximo. I have seen that. I don't see that often, but I did see that once, and I'm just scratching my head because the guy used all 3 Monko Air, and I was using machine type and shield type. So he, you know, it's a 33% chance. So it's good to have a variety mix so that you are not binded to attack against a type that you don't want to attack. That being said, is a all-rounder like shield, machine, and animal type the best combo? The answer is no. It's more so which tank are you most comfortable with in each different type setting. Now, if you really don't like animal types, then yeah, then you know you can have 2 types, machine and shield, Just make sure you are very good with them, because in this game, once you miss, you are very, very far behind. Every time you miss, you are behind by 2 turns. And if you miss like 2-3 times, the game is pretty much over. In higher levels, actually, to be honest, in the higher levels, once you miss, your chances of you losing is actually very fucking high. Now I can say confidently, in the lower tier, if you're looking at like gold and under, shield types are pretty common, like Malite or Aceate or Photon, because they're very, very easy to play. I mean, they're super easy, dude. Like, really easy. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I want to use an analogy, but I don't have one. So they're really easy. So in the earlier stages, as you progress, you might want to use Foxy Mole a little bit more. But I do notice, playing in the higher leagues, players do tend to use animal types and shield types more. I mean, machine types more. Not so much on the shield types. They usually use shield types as a drop, so Foxy Mole isn't actually that common in the higher tier. Dinky Talk, Munko Air, Poor Rabbit, very, very common, so that's what you kind of want to look for. And those are the avatar I mentioned that you might want to get as your first set anyways. Other than that, building your type or your team, it really depends on the synergy. Some team just works better. Like for instance, I might not have it, but here, I'll show you. Hold on one sec. I'm back. Now, going back into team building, what you might want to do is, for instance, if you are a new player, you will get Bigfoot and you will get Grub. So what you want to do is you might want to put Bigfoot in the front so that it can, dig and build or trap your enemy in a hole. And then when it comes to your second turn as Grub, literally you can aim at the moon and shoot, and chances are you will probably still land it in the hole. You don't have to be super accurate. You still get your super sky. You still get all your damage. All your balls will hit these nuts. So it's a very good synergy, and what you want to do is honestly find a team with good synergy. There are many types of teams that you can build that are purely DPS, which you can probably see in the top 100 or basically the top 10 and see what they're doing. Those are probably the DPS builds. But if you want to be creative and stuff, you could go with other types of builds. For instance, if you go, where is, god dang it, one of the more common ones, where is it? Oh, right, Beetle King in the front and Dark Ram as your second, right? Beetle King traps, and honestly, because Dark Ram's mind walks towards your enemy anyways, you just throw it in the vicinity, it'll walk towards it or walk behind it depending on how you shoot it, and then there you go, you get guaranteed damage. Another team that you might want to look at is maybe having Frog in the front and then Slam at the back, which the idea is the same as the BK Dark Round thing. The Frog, creates a hole big enough where your opponent can't escape. Most of your opponents can't escape. Opponents with under 85 climb will not escape a Frog hole. And then with the Slam, it does a lot of damage, but it's kind of like playing bowling, and you gotta hit it in a spot where the mine kind of walks forward a little bit. That's where you kind of want a shallow hole, not a very deep hole like what Bigfoot can do. And that's just a few combos in the very early stages. Now, as a drop, you might want to pick a tank that has a very special or unique SS. I think it's called Super Shot. I like to call it the secret sauce. Like Knack, you can spawn as a drop build your SS, whether it be by Super Sky or by digging them, and then the SS can shoot through walls, meaning you can just basically hide and shoot. Same thing with Arrow. Arrow, the only difference between Knack and Arrow is Knack has a higher base HP, meaning it will survive, and means chances are you will be able to shoot your SS. The difference between Knack and Arrow is because Knack's S2 shoots underground, whereas the Arrow, you gotta shoot up to the sky. So it really depends on your playstyle. Another one is Goss, the porcupine. It is fucking hilarious to me that you get free teleport and damage and everything, and the AoE on the SS is insane, and you get to change your location without using a teleport, and you're doing damage. So that to me is insane. Another good combo, you might be looking at Adam, right, and Aduka. Now these two guys, they come hand to hand. You will not use one or the other without the other one anyways, because these two tanks rely on the Thor. I mean, the list goes on. So again, really try your best to try each tank and see where it excels and where it's not good at, right? So yeah, that's it. Honestly, team building is very, very crucial when you are playing a pro battle, and chances are, if you have a team that just does not work well, it doesn't matter if you can land your hits. Yeah, you're not gonna have a good time. I mean, your chance of winning, even if you land all your hits, is very high, but it can be higher if you have better synergy. That's okay. Well, this concludes to our ending, which is, I want to backtrack a little bit, which is the jewel and the pet. The reason why I say those are not too important, or you don't want to spend your resources on them, mainly because you can get them for absolutely free. Now, this is a jewel which is rated at 3.2, and you get it when you surpass Hero 2, which is super easy to do if you play every day. It rewards those who actually do play consistently, right? So in terms of the red jewel, you really don't have to spend anything other than, just getting good at the game. And if you recall, it is a 3.2. The one that we looked at was a 3.2 that you can get when you surpass Hero 2. Now you can see here in the gacha system, the gambling gacha, there are two legendary barrels. The lesser one, which is at a much higher drop rate, or not, it's not even a drop rate. It's rated at 2.9 compared to the 3.2 that you can get for free. So that means no matter what, as long as you play the game, it will still be better than gambling your resources. Now let's say if you get the 1 in 1,000, you are still looking at a 3.1. My dude, I don't know. If it was me, I would not even try to get any other red jewels, because I know I can get it for free. Now, before I say that, I did spend a little bit of gacha system to get the red legend powder. Now that's only for my jewel hammer. Other than that, I don't need anything. So now going on over to the next one, which is the green one. As you can see here, I'm just gonna quickly do a comparison here. There are three types, right? Just like the red. Now the green legend hard is not what you want, because even at that purpose, right, you get 37 HP. If we go back a little bit, okay, if we go back to the season reward, if you maintain a legend 2 and up, which is a little harder to do, but you can still do it, it's doable. You just gotta, play a lot of freaking games. Even if you lose, don't worry about it. You get 38 HP, meaning, again, you can get it for free. The one you want is the legendary shield. Now, sitting at 5.5%, it is an S grade. If you want it in a fast fashion, yeah, you can do it. A 5% drop rate is actually not that bad. But if you look at the world boss, you can get, let's see here, you can get the 5.5 rated in the A grade for free. Again, it is absolutely free. I myself, I am a complete dog shit player when it comes to world boss. I managed to get all of the 5.5 for most of the avatars I use, and luckily I did end up getting the S grade, which is rated at 6%. I'm a little stupid, but either way, they say it's 10% as long as you are in the top 10. But getting to the top 10 is the most difficult part, which will require you to have a good arsenal of tanks. But then again, you can always, use the 5% one that you can get with the, at the A grade from the gacha. It's much easier to get, and just use that, because the difference between 0.5% is actually not that much. The major difference is that 5% versus the 6%. That's where the biggest kick comes in. And on top of that, it makes the S jewel helmet much more worth it, because you can use 4. So technically speaking, from 5 versus a 5.5, the difference at the end of the day is 2%, which is a lot. That being said, if your avatar only can hold 1 green jewel, 5 versus 5.5 really is not going to make a difference. You're going to notice that this one gives you 4 GP. Now hold on, check this out. Over here in the dungeon category, it's going to take you a little bit of time in order for you guys to actually build up to be able to do the more legendary dungeon bosses. But trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. I am a complete garbage PvE player, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm pretty garbage in all areas, and I'm still able to get it. So technically, you guys will do a lot better. Now in the dungeon, you can get let's see, the best one. God, it doesn't show, but the dungeon legend medal, you get 5. So obviously, I opt to do that because if I can get something for free and it's better, I might as well just farm that and not spend my coins. I don't know why I would do that. All right, now the last two, the blue and the yellow jewels. Okay, that is something that you might want to consider, mainly because there is no way to get them for free. And yeah, so that's it about jewels. So again, work on the jewels at the very end, mainly because you can get them for free. Now, in terms of pets, I think the devil, the cute devil, and the unicorn pets are the ones that you want first. Mainly because in the dungeon you can get pets that attacks and break shield for free. So honestly, if you can get it for free, do so, and then get the ones that you can't get with gems. Now, if you do want cooler looking pets for aesthetic reasons, I would go for the Dark Demon Pet pack, mainly because the Dark Demon Pet kind of substitute the classic and also the Cat Legion, so that way you can use one pack to get both packs at the same time. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone at the end. So anyways, that is it. I really hope I can kind of narrow all this information down into a very short form video. I know it is a lot, but thanks so much for sticking around and watching. And if you guys kind of got something out of this, please help out the channel by just throwing a like. And if you guys kind of like how I do my commentary about this game, you can definitely subscribe, and at least that will let me know I'm doing something right. But until then, I will see you guys next time, and I'll try to swear less, I promise. Okay, bye.